Jayson, you guys have had some battles over here to your right. You've had some battles against Miami. Almost feels like a rite of passage. You have to go through them somehow. Was there any extra satisfaction of going through them here and definitively taking care of business?
I mean, yes. I think it's like my fourth time in, 5 years playing them in the playoffs. So I just, I was thinking when the play-in game was, they're trying to figure out the standings in the last week or so. I just had in my mind made up that we was going to play Miami. And, I wanted to play Miami in the sense that, maybe last year playing against Atlanta, we might have relaxed a little bit, but knowing the history with Miami and how, hard they play and how well coached they are, that, for a first-round matchup, regardless of the seed, that we were going to have to, be ready to play, be ready to fight.
Did it mean something to go through those guys, though? Because obviously in the past there have been teams that have had to get through certain teams within the conference or within the NBA to win a championship. Does it mean something to beat those guys in particular in their season?
I mean, they all count the same. That's a good team that we just played. Obviously, well coached and a lot of history there. We did our job. We took care of business. We played the way we were supposed to. We got it done.
You asked after Game 3, rhetorically, can we be the tougher, harder playing team? How much did Joe stress that as an emphasis for this series, and how did you guys answer that call, and how important is just the physicality of NBA playoff basketball going to be throughout the rest of this run?
Yeah, I think just being honest with ourselves, right? What are teams, what's their message, what's their game plan to beat us, and it's to, pick up the pace, the pressure, be more physical, crash the glass, do all the intangible things. So if we know that, why don't we flip the script and be the tougher team? Why don't we crash the glass more? We pick up the pressure on defense. While still, being the talented team that we are, it'd be tough to beat us.
So when you say you're honest with yourself and teams are thinking that about you, do you think that they wonder about your toughness? Like, what do you think teams think about you in that regard?
No, I think the world we live in, it's got to be something wrong with every team. That's what they like to say, and you can see how talented we are. I think it's lazy or easy to say that teams can out-tough us, right? And I never understood that. Like, what's the definition of tough? Like, having the louder guys on your team, like that don't make you tough. Everybody has their own definition of what toughness is. It's playing the right way, showing up every day to do your job without complaining. I think that's being tough.
Jayson, it seemed like you guys handled this series with a sense of focus, professionalism, like you guys didn't play around. You won 3 straight after you lost Game 2. Is that kind of a maturation from last year? Everybody brings up the Atlanta series and letting it get to 6 and not winning a couple of games in Philadelphia. I mean, is that just the maturity of this team that you guys knew we got to lock in and you guys did?
Yeah, and that's how it should be. We should be learning from our mistakes and learning from things that we could have done better and applying it to the next season, which, we are doing this year because we're trying to have a different outcome than we've had in the past.
Jayson, another big night from Derek tonight. How important was he this series?
It was super important. Whatever they were trying to take away from other guys that allowed him to, free himself up and be aggressive and, be in attack mode throughout the series. He's making the right play. He was shooting the ball extremely well, obviously playing well on defense, as he always does. So he's just in a really good flow and rhythm right now. And, hopefully it continues to stay that way.